What is going on, good people? This is Cam with Elevated Lawnscapes, and we are back at it out here in the yard again. Well, this video is going to look a little different than my other ones, and yes, I've gotten out of sequence in the videos that I was going to release to you, but I felt that this was important and that I needed to get this one out to give you guys some information. So I've been seeing everyone out there, they're getting with the cool season lawns, that they're getting ready for their overseeding. They're either already dethatched, they're already followed what I mentioned in that last video that I'll link in the end screen in that preparation, and now they're throwing down seed. Once you get that seed down, you gotta make sure that your watering is on point. Some people like to use peat moss to help out with that. I have no issues with using peat moss for that reason, but don't let that be your crutch and you depend on peat moss to hold your moisture and not dial in your irrigation. I've talked about irrigation before. You don't need to spend a lot of money. You don't have to have an in-ground irrigation system to make sure that you're watering properly. So make sure that you're dialing in your water now that you spent all that time preparing and you've spent the money on quality seed. Now is not the time to slack off. Make sure you're dialing in your irrigation. I have quality seed. I've spent the time. I am not going to slack off or not be prepared in my watering to make sure I get the best germination as possible because I slacked off on my water. So in this video, I'm gonna get out here. I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna address an area that's not getting enough coverage and getting enough water. My germination is a little weak in those areas, but we're gonna fix that. All right, let's get into it. All right, so you can see the area of concern right here. We have a clear line of shade this way, full sun this way. That is the concern. It's basically a microclimate. This area right along through here is in full shade and is not getting enough coverage from my irrigation heads that are right here through the middle. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna lay out two options. Here's a very simple option right here. Simple option that we've got, just adding in a new rotator. That's it. Came in, grabbed me an extra spike that's gonna go here. I'm gonna get coverage that's going to throw in this entire section right through here in the front. That way it is substituting this weak area that I have that's full sun. Now I have full control to be able to run this section here more and longer than in my shaded area, so I don't drown out my seed that is up here in the front. I'm actually going to go with option 2. I may end up with 3 heads that are gonna go along this front area right here that's in my beds, and it's gonna continue to stay in my beds. I'll tuck the poly piping in under my mulch. You'll never see it. Solution is gonna be taken care of, and I will have full control to run this zone right here all by itself as long as I need to make sure I'm getting proper water. All right, y'all, so anytime that I'm doing irrigation, I like to kind of do a layout of what it's gonna be, just to make sure that I've got all my connections and I know how things are gonna work. So these are the Blu-Lock, boom, those go in here, a couple different ones, got some fittings. All of this is from Lowe's. Just pick it up at your big box store except for the Blu-Lock. I did have to order these from Drip Depot. I will be using this old Rainbird 1/2" piping for some of my connectors. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna come in with a water hose. It's gonna go into this brass adapter that is a hose into a male pipe fitting, then just into a PVC coupling, and then we've got the Blu-Lock fitting that's gonna go in there. And at that point, we now convert to poly piping for the rest of the way of the irrigation system. So this is the layout. These are gonna come in. I'm gonna have poly piping that goes from here to here, and then it's gonna branch off to my first irrigation head. It'll come back through the poly piping, boom, into your second irrigation head, and then into my last irrigation head. And that is going to be the layout. I want to show you one of the features, or the main feature that I like about these Blu-Lock. So you can get these fittings in whatever you want. They got them in 90s, they got them like this, they got them up to 1 inch, this is 3/4. They got all the different sizes of them, so you can check it out. But I really do like it. So dealing with poly piping, all you got to do, boom, pressed in, done. It's on there, it's not coming off. But if you need to change it out, or you need to change something, or you taking up your irrigation for the season, little tool slides right in there, just like so, boom, comes off. Just that easy. This is one of the things that I really like about these fittings. All right, y'all, so that is gonna wrap it up for this one. We got a quick little setup put in just to make sure that we're getting good coverage. If you are in the DMV area, you see we've got 90+ degree weather. That is coming this week. So if you've got new little seedlings, or if you've got seed down that are just starting to germinate, make sure you're staying on top of your water. Make sure you're dialing in your irrigation. I've been looking at the weather forecast, which is why the past 2 days I've been making sure I've been dialing in my irrigation. Even in the backyard, I previously noticed I'm not getting enough water in some areas, just like the front, and my germination rate has been a little low. So when you've got new seed down and you're trying to get it to germinate, the thing you want to do is make sure you have enough moisture. So higher temps are coming, and then I think we're going to be on a decline after that. So just make sure you're getting enough water down on those new seedlings this week as the temps increase. The other thing, hey, this is a quick little setup, didn't cost it very much. And the thing is, check out those Blu-Lock fittings. If you want to look into those, I really like those. They're really quick, really simple, easy to use for a nice little DIY above ground system. So I'll come back, cover up the poly piping, and you'll never be able to see it. And then over the winter, I'll probably go ahead and drop those heads in the ground, so it'll be completely covered. Won't even know that it's there. All right, y'all, if y'all striving to have those immaculate lawns or garden, just know we work.